Good. How are you?
I'm good.
My apologies. I'm a little starstruck right now.
Oh no! Oh, I thought you were laughing at me because I thought you saw my hoop come out of my
Oh
ear.
no! I'm like, oh my god! It's either that or the pre-workout I took earlier.
I thought it was probably the pre-workout.
Shaul, first of all, virtually, it's great to meet you.
Meet you.
How are you? First of all, okay, how was your Christmas, New Year's, and all that?
Oh, it was good. I think like a lot of people, it was very quiet, which like was kind of sad. I missed being with my family and whatnot, but at the same time, it was kind of nice. Like I don't have to worry about traveling. I don't have to worry about like going a lot of places, but it was nice. It was good.
In case I missed it on social media, did you dye your hair?
I did. It's halfway, so like the top looks really good right now, but like it's supposed to be half red, so I have to still bleach this a lot more before it matches the top.
Oh, okay. And
halfway point. I was like, a ponytail it is.
Oh man, thank you for the 8x10 of the hat. I was like,
no, oh my God, thank you. No, absolutely. I always get like a little shocked when people want one. I'm like, oh my God, really?
Funny story I want to share is so every day when I got home from work, I'd be like, did I get a package in the mail? Did I get a package in the mail? And every day there was like, no, nothing. And I'm like, damn it. And then one day I get home and I didn't ask, but then I saw a package there and I'm like, who ordered bourbon?
I know it's gonna be.
And I was expecting a bottle, and I was like, because I wanted to see whose it was, and I was like, why is it light? And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, bourbon. I was like, Matt. I was like,
I wish you're like you're not alone. Like everybody got like bourbon boxes and stuff like that from when people send my husband bourbon. And I was like, I don't mind.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Alcohol ever.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. I was expecting like one of those like a regular plain brown box or something.
Right. No.
Yeah.
I was working on it. I was like, I gotta get like some cool like packing material. But
would you want to talk to you a little bit about just your regular day life? So, what's something that you could literally do like all day and just not get tired of?
Oh my God. Literally do all day. Well, I can tell you like right now what that is. I'm kind of like I'm all over the place. I have like so many hobbies and interests and they usually change.
Yeah.
But that would be either playing Zelda or it would have to be like hanging out with the Vaudettes all day and dancing. Like I could do that all day.
Oh no! Like lately, I've been asking like a few people, like not in interviews, but just like my friends and stuff like that. For some reason, they all say the same thing. They go, "Oh, I can sleep all day."
Oh, sleep all day?
Lazy ass. That's all they say. I'm like, lazy ass.
I don't know if I could sleep all day. Like I could be in bed maybe and like binge watch like Parks and Rec or something. But like, oh yeah, like just sleep all day though. I would be like, what's wrong? Are you okay?
I think that gets me more tired. So the more I sleep, I feel like I get more tired. More drowsy.
I've also noticed like the older we get too, I don't know if it's just the wrestling or what, but like I can't sit still for long periods of time now because then my body starts to hurt. And I've had that happen when I was like, I'm going to be in bed all day. And like halfway through the day, I was like, this sucks. My body hurts so bad. It's not moving. So
I want to talk to you a little bit about wrestling because I mean, oh my God, you are back in wrestling. So I was like, my heart. So what's the first wrestling memory that you have?
Oh man, you know what though? I mean, like because of my family, I like remember seeing pictures of me like in the wrestling ring, like as a baby, and like people like having me frog splash my dad, and stuff like that, like as a baby. But like my first wrestling, damn, that's a good question, honestly. Like honestly, just I don't know if I even have like a memory. I feel like it's just always been there. Like I've always been used to hearing the ring. I've always been used to being carted backstage and getting the lecture like don't get in trouble kind of thing. And like honestly, like it's just ingrained. I don't know if that's like a bad answer, but
oh no.
But like I remember backstage more than anything. Like just being kind of starstruck at first, like and not, I didn't really know anybody, but I just knew like when I would see the women in their beautiful outfits and like, you know, being all badass and putting their match together, I was like, oh my God. Like I remember being starstruck over that as a young girl.
You mentioned being backstage. Is when you were backstage, is there a story or a specific moment that you remember?
Honestly, like it's crazy because me and my sister are kind of the opposites, and so we would obviously be back there together, and my mom would kind of keep an eye on us, but my sister was like a social butterfly. Like she would go with CM Punk, and she would latch on to Melina, or she would, you know, whoever like she could get her hands on to go and like play, and it's like, oh, take me to the ring, and you know, she would do that all the time, and I was just so deathly shy and quiet when I was back there because it's intimidating, and like I didn't even know I was a performer at that age, so I was just like, oh wow, and like I was honestly just so quiet, like for real, and it was just kind of like, you know, a kid at work with with their parents, you know, like behave and just, you know, be good. And so that's all I could remember pretty much. Thankfully I was never backstage for any of my dad's really like ladder matches or when he came back with a lot of blood or anything. Thankfully I was never backstage. We were home and mom could like calm us down and, you know, give us the talk and everything like that. So
One segment that you were a part of was there was a segment on SmackDown where Eddie was arguing with Vicky and you and your sister were right there. What was going through your mind when that was going on? Like, did being in front of that crowd did that like make you love or hate the business more or less?
I loved it. I was like my dad made sure we were comfortable and like we had like so many talks with my mom and dad, like, y'all are okay, right? Y'all are okay with this, right? And we were like, yeah, I know. So I remember even just I thought it was the coolest thing. That could probably be like you're probably helping me out with my answer. Like that would probably be one of the coolest like memories from childhood would be like getting to be a part of the show and like remember we shopped like so long for my outfit because I was like it needs to be just right. And like, but honestly like my parents talked to us so much about like hey we're not really fighting like everything's okay to where me and Sharon were like look sad and so or look concerned and so
Yeah.
that was my first acting gig so I guess I thought I did okay. I don't know, we were shoved in the car halfway through so I was like oh, okay I guess we're done.
Did being part of that did you think like okay like I want to do this too at that point at a certain point or was it until later on?
Not till later, yeah. Like honestly, I was like I think always kind of had like really low self-esteem as a kid and that just kind of comes from coming from a family, you know, that had alcoholism and drug abuse, you know, like everyone suffers a little bit differently in the household and so I just always had really bad self-esteem. So I never thought I was going to be strong enough, cool enough, pretty enough, skinny enough to do anything like that until like I blossomed, if you will, around like 16, 17. And, you know, they took notice of me like, would your daughter like to try out? Because I guess I was like, oh, looking all snatched and everything. finally. And then I got an opportunity. So that's how it all started and didn't realize how much I loved it until I was in there.
It's funny you mentioned that when you said oh that you blossomed for some reason the first thing that came to my head was when you mentioned John Laurinaitis was like daughter's hot.
Your daughter's hot.
I can't do this one. Your daughter's hot. Give her a shot.
He was so cool about it too. He was totally not creepy. He was totally creepy. But like daughter's hot.
Yeah, I can't do this voice. Oh my god.
No, it was like I really appreciate him literally giving me a shot. So that was really great. So I was super stoked. I had no idea what I was in for though. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Then, oh Lord, was I in for it? Yeah.
So you mentioned growing up, you said you weren't the most confident person. So something I want to ask is, was it certain events, certain things you did that built up that confidence?
I think it's a lot of different things, honestly. Like, because the confidence I have now, it's different than the confidence I had when I was Raquel Diaz. But I do have to say, I have to credit. There are so many more people than what I'm gonna mention right now. But Dusty Rhodes was instrumental in believing I was a star, and like he was one of the first people that was like, you're a star, baby, you're a star. And you know, he really gave me confidence all the time, and it's hard in that environment, you know, because you're competing with the locker room. It's really cutthroat back there. And you're doubting yourself all the time, you know, because you're usually told what you're doing wrong rather than what you're doing right. It's a lot every day. And so I have to credit him. I also have to credit like Randy Quintana, my first ever like talent manager, and he's still like a good friend of mine. Like he believed in me. He was like, "You gotta do cool shit." Like he's like, "You can do so much," and so I really appreciate just amazing people. Of course, my family, my husband, but yeah, the confidence I have now, I honestly have to attest it to failing and you know getting fired and you know swearing off performing, getting back into performing, really trying different things like from stunt performing to singing to acting to all of those things. Like I finally feel so much more like I know who I am now. I know I'm a bad bitch and this is what I'm going to bring to wrestling, and I'm finally going to do it my way. So I if you were to ask me to do this like 10 years ago, I would be like, oh no, I would never be that confident to do that, or it would just be totally different. So yeah, hope that answers your question.
Oh yeah, oh absolutely. If you could do any whether it be dancing, wrestling, anything differently, like do you feel like certain events or decisions you made, do you feel like those had to happen for you to be where you are today?
I don't want to be a cliche, but I am very much a believer in I would not change. I would change one thing, I feel like, but like as far as mistakes I've made and you know the hardships and everything like that and what I have gone through, like absolutely not. You know, it really does shape who you are today. Something I do wish though, I told you before, like I have always been like, I want to do this and I want to do that. Like I have like 8 hobbies at one time, like, and it's great. It's part of who I am. But at the same time, I wish my mom would have like kicked my ass a little bit more to like not switch activities so much. Like I wish I would have had more dance training, but I was like, I want to be a dancer. Now I want to be an ice skater. And my mom, honestly, and she was dealing with so much. Like she was dealing with so much at the time, and she gave me an amazing childhood along with my dad. But like I wish I would have stuck with like dancing more, or just to be able to be super proficient in one skill. I feel like I'm a little bit good at a lot of things.
I want to switch gears a little bit to dancing because this isn't about me, but I'm a fellow dancer myself, you know.
What kind of dance do you do?
Hip hop.
Oh my god, I have
Yeah,
to come see you perform. You're in Chicago, so I have to come see you perform.
No, I'm in California.
Oh, California.
Here's the question. I don't know if you've gone before, but a question that I think is like the most debatable question in dancing. Is dancing a sport?
Oh god. You know what? I'm gonna be like it's an art more than anything.
Okay.
Like I'm really like, just because it's like, you know, people are bearing their soul like in this very artistic way, you know what I mean? And I find music is an art, you know what I mean? And we're moving to that, and it's just I think it can be in like those super, because I was on drill team like in high school. I was like, yeah, we made it a sport. It was about points, and it was about, you know, like everyone looking the exact same. But I feel like at least what the kind of dance I do, and I'm sure like if you're a hip hop dancer, the kind of dance you do, it's so subjective and personal, I think, for it to be a sport in that realm.
Right. Oh, okay. Oh, good. That is the first time I've heard that kind of answer. Oh man, I love it. I love it.
Like, yes and no.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I really do. I think it really depends on what you're doing.
Yeah. Because I mean, when I was in high school, when I was in my dance team, first of all, let me just put this out there. It was not hard, but it was like being on the dance team because I was one of 3 dudes and like 10, 15 girls.
Yeah, unfortunately, like
Yeah.
especially like in our generation, you know what I mean? Like I don't think we're like as we were as open to like, you know, having like more boys feeling comfortable to be in that environment, and vice versa for girls like wanting to play football. You know, it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't easy as easy back, I feel like.
Yeah, it was a little intimidating. It's a little intimidating.
Yeah.
I was like, man, like, but it was good because I mean, I love being in front of people. So like, I feel like since I was one of the 3 dudes, I feel like gonna sound cocky right here, but more eyes are on me.
Yeah, man, you gotta show up, you gotta show out. Absolutely.
I do want to talk a little bit about your husband. In my opinion, he is one of the most underrated wrestlers ever. Like, I don't think I feel like he doesn't get the credit he deserves. And man, like, so when it comes to moments, I think the two moments that come to mind when I think of him is one, when he won the NXT tag team titles at NXT Takeover, and two, when he sang a little bit at WrestleMania
Yeah.
34, I believe. So I want to ask you, what were where were you during those moments, and what was your reaction to those moments?
I mean, when he won the tag team championship with Gotch, you know, of course that was really amazing. And I remember, like, I'm fairly sure I was home, I believe. Honestly, like with that one, like that's a memory of course I remember, but like I think I might have a different memory. I have the same memory with the WrestleMania one. I know exactly where I was because I was like on the floor like watching for him, because like WWE is really great about like shepherding family like to be in
Right.
the prime seats while you have a performer loved one that's doing their thing. So I was actually on the floor watching him with his parents, and I was so nervous, not because he's at WrestleMania. Of course I was like he's gonna kill it, he's gonna freaking rip it, it's gonna be great. But like I was nervous because he told me like an hour before he went on, like, hey, I'm gonna shave my head. I'm like, what? And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna go shave my head. I'm like, are you freaking sure, man? Like, you're about to be on Mania. Like, do we want to do a haircut right now? And he was just like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And I was just like, okay, like, and he came out and he looked so hot, and I was like, yeah, like double whammy for you.
That's right. Yeah.
But my most like the biggest memory I feel like I remember with my husband's career and like what in terms of WWE was when he got called up to SmackDown. That was like, I feel like for us, yeah, like absolutely tag team championships were a huge deal, but when he got called up, that's the big prize, you know what I mean, that we all work for when you're in developmental. And I remember he was at Mania. I forget where Mania was, but he called me and he was like, hey, he was like, I'm going to debut tomorrow. And I was like, okay, I'm dropping everything and I'm going to go to Houston and I'm going to be there for you when you debut. And he was like, oh my God. And he was like, are you sure? And I was like, no. It's all happening. Like, it's all happening. I'm doing this right now. I will see you tomorrow, like in Houston. And my whole family was there too, because my mom lives there, and we all got to see him when he debuted.
As you mentioned, when he said he was going to shave his head, I do remember because he was in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and he still had hair. And I still remember, like, when he came out, and I'm like, did he shave his head? Like, right? I was like, did he just have hair in the beginning? Oh my God!
Gonna have like he loved being in the battle royale, of course, but then like he knew, he was like, I get like this amount of TV time on Mania. Like, come on! And he was so excited.
Oh my God! And the way he sells an RKO, oh my God! Thing of beauty. Oh Lord Jesus, it is a thing of beauty the way he sells an RKO.
He's a very talented man from wrestling, and like I'm so thankful to have him like to help me with my training, and he's so great on the mic. I'm really excited to see what he's gonna do next, and where he's gonna fit into wrestling in the future. I'm really excited. He has a lot more.
Oh yeah, absolutely. As so do you.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
So I want to take a little quick step back. So your first ever day of training, like, what was your morning routine like that morning?
Well, it was like really overwhelming because like I guess like I guess my first day of training wasn't necessarily like training. Like my first day of training was my WWE audition. I've never been in the ring in a professional capacity or even in a training capacity before. So not only was I like gonna bump for the first time and have a training session and and they're gonna see how well I pick up kind of thing. But it's my audition too. And so I'm like, I was like, I didn't sleep the whole night before. I was so worried about like how I was gonna look in my brand new workout clothes that I got just for this, and like, and how I'm gonna do my makeup. Do I put too much makeup on? Do I go in with not enough makeup? No, you can't go in with enough makeup because you have to look like a diva, you know. And all that stuff was going through my head, and I was going like 80 miles an hour, and I was with a brand new girl who they were auditioning as well. So I was trying to be cool with her, and I don't know. It was crazy. It was really, really nerve-wracking.
So now fast forward. I'm personally a big fan of morning routines. I feel like the way your morning starts dictates how your day is gonna go.
Yeah,
So I want to ask you right now, what is your morning routine like for a
for
typical,
sure.
typical day?
Yeah, I'm usually up at 7 o'clock. And I do press snooze one or two times, but my husband and I are usually at the gym by 8. So that means like we pick up a quick coffee for me at Starbucks, and I literally look like absolute dog crap when I'm there because I'm there to work out. And yeah, I do my cardio, I do my whole deal there, and then afterward breakfast, usually something really healthy, and super protein packed, and because I hate protein shakes, I can't do shakes
Oh,
at all.
oh, okay.
Yeah, they really annoy me. So I just make sure to eat a lot of extra protein. Um, and then after that, I usually have a proper cup of coffee before I sit down to stream on Twitch.
Oh,
So
wow,
yeah.
wow. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at you. All
Thanks.
right.
And
And
usually I'm also glued to my planner. I'm looking at my planner all morning because I'm like ritualistic about like having a old school planner. I love my planner.
if something were to go wrong in there, like, would that mess up your whole day?
Oh, yeah, I'm kind of awful like that. Like this is like a character flaw of mine. Like if I have an idea about how my day is gonna go and if it doesn't go that way, like I do end up like I kind of get into like a bad mood and whatnot. And so I really am trying to work on that and just be like, go with the flow, man, ride the wave. I'm trying to ride the wave.
Yeah, so something that happened to me was before the gym shut down, like last year at the whole beginning of this, my morning routine was go to the gym and all that stuff. So
Mhm.
one day like I woke up and I was like, another day, here we go again. I'm ready to go. I go to the gym, it's closed. And my whole morning was like, I was like, man, what am I supposed to do now? Yeah, and then I get home, I check my email, and I probably should have checked before I left, and they sent me an email saying it was closed.
Oh, well,
So
like,
that was
who
my
thinks to check their email about the gym? Like, who thinks to check their email about the gym? You know what I mean? But I get you. No, I'm really trying to
yeah.
work on. I'm really trying to work on that. I want to do one of those like morning routine TikToks. You know what I mean? Like this
Right,
morning routine, and they have like the inspirational music in the background.
right.
Oh, I'm like, yeah, I want to try that maybe.
Yeah, oh yeah. Do you do any of the dancing TikToks and all that stuff?
No, I'm like such a creeper. Honestly, like I watch TikTok. I have a
Mhm.
couple of things up that were just like experimental and fun, but I mainly I'm just a what do you call it?
Just
A voyeur
yeah.
of it. I just like watch. I watch everybody's stuff, and I don't contribute to anything
Mhm.
besides follows and likes.
Yeah. What about nighttime routine?
Honestly, it really depends because like I was kind of telling you before, I have a lot of like jobs and things that I do. Like it really depends if I'm training in the ring. Usually Vaudettes have night rehearsals or I'm bartending. And if I'm not doing those things, and if I'm not streaming, then I'm usually on the couch with my husband. And I really try and buy, like I said, depending on the day, but if I have the day off, I by 8 o'clock I'm off the phone, I'm off email, and I'm really trying to tune into him. Or I'm on TikTok.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Man.
uneventful, honestly, but lots of water all throughout the day. I make sure I get 2 of these water bottles in a day, and yeah, try not to munch too bad on the couch at night.
Man, going on TikTok for like 3 minutes turns into 3 hours, like in a slap of a dime.
Yeah, I break the rules every time. Like, okay, Shaul, you get 5 swipes, 5 TikToks, and that's it. And it always turns into like 30.
Yeah. So let's say you guys go to a get together or something like that, party, whatever, get together anywhere public, and you guys meet some new people, new friends or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they're unfamiliar that yeah, you guys are wrestlers and you're a dancer, all that good stuff. Then later on, they find out what you guys do, and then they say, "Oh, show me some of your content." What would you show them?
Oh, I was like, I feel like I know the answer to this question. I wouldn't show them anything. Like, I would just because it's like so embarrassing, and it's like not embarrassing, but it's like weird to show people like your stuff, you know. But like, honestly, like That's hard. Probably my Lucha Underground segment, because like I felt like such a badass. That was the first time I was ever getting, and I know I didn't wrestle, but I pulled some awesome Three Amigos that night. But like I did the Amigos, I was there with Chavo, I cut a killer promo, and like it was so emotional, and it was everything that I wanted to do for my family as far as like Guerrero representation. And so absolutely that clip, I'm like, this is a bad bitch right here. I did that one time. And that, I feel like that persona is what I'm trying to bring to the ring like now. But yeah, I love that clip. I think that's my favorite.
The inspiration for that question was so like I've been doing YouTube videos for like 6-7 years or so, and I've done many different types of videos and all that. And so when I was in high school, people found out I did YouTube videos, and so they asked me, "Oh, show me one of your videos," and I just like, what do I show them? I'm like, oh my god! I'm like, what do I show them?
Now we should just do something funny. Like it's like, oh yeah, you're a professional wrestler. Show me what you, or like you're this person. Show me what you do, and like have like a really random video of you like eating marshmallows or something. This got like 3,000 likes.
Yeah.
Just do something really random that will totally throw them off.
I want to play a quick little game with you. I call it the hot rod seat. So basically, I'm going to put a minute on the clock, and I'm going to rapid fire some questions at you, and you just answer them as fast and as honestly as you can.
These always make me so nervous.
They're easy questions.
I just get nervous. I don't trust myself. I'm like, okay.
And since I am the biggest professional ever, I have my trusty 1 minute timer here.
I appreciate that. I appreciate professionalism.
Only the best on my show. All right. Oh man, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but Shaul, you're in the hot rod seat. Oh, let's go.
Hot rod seat.
Ready? And go. Biggest fear.
Failure.
Your go-to breakfast.
Eggs and tortilla.
Your favorite ice cream flavor.
Mint chocolate chip from Baskin Robbins.
Your go-to karaoke song.
That Carrie Underwood one where she's like, I dug my key into the side of it. That one. I can't remember the name.
Your secret hidden talent.
Oh God, it's not hidden. I show you all mine. I don't know. I'm super gassy and I can rip a fart whenever.
Oh, on demand? Okay. Your childhood celebrity crush.
Childhood celebrity crush was Bon Jovi from The Labyrinth. Sexual awakening, man.
What is one food you will never give up?
Cheese.
What are you terrible at?
Throwing footballs, dodgeballs, soccer balls, basketballs, anything. I can't throw them.
We didn't get to that question, but I want to ask, what's your wait, actually, before are you a fan of fast food by any chance?
Am I what?
Are you a fan of fast food by any chance?
Yes.
What's your least favorite fast food?
Wendy's. Yeah.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. So
I'm fired. How do I get fired off my interview?
Oh my! Thank you for not saying Burger King.
Oh
no, not.
No, I got food poisoning from there, and so I just haven't like they're like on my Dunzo list.
Oh my god,
Dunzo! Like I
can't. Oh my god. Okay. That's in that case. It's okay. It's okay. You can trash it all you want.
That's that's why these questions are dangerous, because I never told anybody about the farting thing until this podcast. Now that's out there.
I get the exclusives out here, man.
Thanks, man. That's the headline. Watch. That's the headline. And I'm gonna be like, cool.
You're gonna say it all everywhere, like Shaul Guerrero can fart on demand.
You know what though? Pride, like so much pride. She has finally accepted herself. It's fine.
Oh, I like how you say that when I asked, I think it was the secret hidden talent. He's like, oh, like I show everything. I'm like,
I
okay,
do.
yeah.
Like, normally, like people, I would say the fire eating because I'm like, not a lot of people know I can do it. But then I went public last year with it, and so I'm like,
Mhm.
well, all right, well,
What's your choice of music?
rock. Yeah, like it's honestly like I love like In This Moment, Pretty Reckless, Hailstorm, and like Pantera. Like I love rock bands like that. I think that's what I love to dance to the most. So
Mhm.
maybe that's like, we're inspired by the music that moves us, and that's the
Yeah.
music that moves me. So
Is
yeah.
is there is there a genre that you like, but like that might surprise people that you like?
Oh, you know what? Like, I mean, I like country-ish. Like, I don't hate it, I guess. Like bluegrass I won't do. But like no, I mean like I think I find it weird if people only listen to one genre of music, like
Mhm.
100%. I feel like, you should experience the world. We're young. We only get one time to.
Yeah.
So experience
Nah,
it all.
I personally love country, but that's the only music I don't play around people.
Yeah, you know what?
So
I
like,
feel that.
yeah,
It's more for you than anything.
yeah,
Like you're not gonna like when you're partying with your friends or anything, be like, yeah, put that country on.
yeah. Yeah, it's just when I'm driving and whatnot. Then if I have friends, I'm like, I'll play some Drake or something.
Yeah. Oh, or when you do car cries, have you ever do that?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
when you're like, I'm gonna go for a drive, and, like you're gonna cry, and like that's what you cry to in your car cry is country. So
So, what was that?
sorry, my husband is on
Oh,
stream
oh,
right
oh, no, I
now.
thought that was me. I was like,
Oh, my husband is streaming video games, and you're hearing him rage.
he ran.
That's what's happening.
True gamer right there. Oh my god, that was
Sorry.
hey, a good little cameo from him.
Yeah.
I do want to talk a little bit about your dad. As everybody knows, his motto: lie, cheat, and steal. So, and we're talking in a non-wrestling environment. In real life, can you tell us a time that he has lied, that he has cheated, and he has stole something? We're talking like funny wise, not like he stole.
Oh no, absolutely.
We're talking.
You know what though? I got good stories, man. Like, okay, like the only like I would hear like funny things about like dad did a dine and dash one time with his buddy. And I was like, what? Like, are you kidding me? It also sounds like so funny because I know my dad's friend that he did it with, and they were just being super goofy, and it was just, oh, anyway. But like honestly, like the one time I can think of right now would be like, so we were in Florida and we were living in like this little apartment all together. This is when my mom and dad got back together. My dad was in a really great place in his life, right before he passed. And but we had a lot of hurricanes coming through Florida, and so we had candlelight Monopoly, like big family rager kind of thing, where we're gonna play Monopoly until someone comes out a winner. And it was all by candlelight because all the lights were out and everything like that. And we were eating beanie weenies, and we were all like hanging out. And like I swear to God, like somehow a candle would mysteriously blow out, and someone's like space would move over a couple, or someone's like, what do you call it, like the thimble or the dog or whatever you have in Monopoly
Right.
would move over a couple spaces, and we're like, huh, that's so weird. Because when we light the candle again, Dad, your dog seemed to have moved a good 10 spaces. Why is that? Why do these candles keep mysteriously blowing out? So he would always do like little cute stuff like that, where it wasn't like no harm, no foul. It's
Yeah.
but he would do funny stuff like that every now and again. But Dad would do more random stuff that was weirdly funny, rather than the lie, cheat, and steal stuff. Like one
Yeah.
time he made up a game with my sister and I where he had an exercise ball, and you have to balance like your tummy on the exercise ball and like but keep your hands and feet elevated. So it's actually really hard. And we played that for a good
I'm picturing that right now.
yeah, it's
It
freaking
seems-
hard. It's hard. Like, and we would do that. We were there like for 2 hours playing this game, like laughing incessantly. Like it was so much fun.
How do you win?
You have to stay on the ball the longest.
Oh, okay,
You
just
gotta time
okay.
each other.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It was hard. And but it was just funny seeing this big man, this badass, like Eddie, he's Eddie Guerrero, and he's like bouncing on a like exercise ball with his kids, like trying to beat us. And I don't know, he was a funny guy.
I might have to try that because I have one of those balls. I'm gonna have to try that after this.
Anyone watching this, like I challenge you. Get your exercise ball. Don't touch the ground.
Is there a time to beat?
You know what? I don't even remember because we were working so hard. Like, and we were exhausted. It's a good core workout. It's good.
Oh yeah, it seems like it. Oh man, ooh. I'm sorry. Just thinking about it right now. Story before we wrap things up, a story I do want to share with you. So I have 3 older brothers, and when I was 6 years old, they're the ones that showed me wrestling. And no surprise, they showed me Eddie Guerrero. My first ever wrestling memory that I ever have was I was 6 years old, and it was the promo where he was with Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
And he like knocks him out the ring, and he puts the title over his waist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was my first ever wrestling memory.
Aww.
Yeah, so and Eddie Guerrero was my brother's favorite wrestler too. But now fast forward, none of my other brothers, none of them watch wrestling anymore. I outgrew them when it came to being a wrestling fan. For anybody listening and for yourself as well, I don't mean to say like in a messed up way. To me, you're not Eddie Guerrero's daughter. You're Shaul Guerrero.
Oh.
I hope that makes sense.
I appreciate that. Like, I think everyone knows, like, I will always be Eddie Guerrero's daughter because I'm Eddie Guerrero's daughter. Like, just as much as I'm Vicky's, daughter. And so it's just, but I appreciate that because, like, that's my biggest challenge is, like, of course, like, I always want to pay homage to my parents and especially my dad, like, he's looked up to so much and, he was a great man and he helped a lot of people. And I know that reverence and whatnot, but what I'm going to be bringing to the ring, I think is going to be very different. And it's going to be me because, me, I mean, you followed me for so long, like with the dancing and the burlesque and what I do with the VODs. And I think all of that you've been watching, I'm going to be bringing to the ring as Eddie Guerrero's daughter. And I'm not going to be scared about it anymore because I always thought I had to follow a certain like thing that people wanted from me. Like, this is what an Eddie Guerrero's daughter is and looks like and does. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do me. But I really appreciate that because I'm trying, man. I love my family legacy. I do. I'm very reverent of it. But I'm like, this is my life. This is my career. And I'm ready to, make my own little etching in the Guerrero family. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, I showed my brother the hat and the photos, and they didn't necessarily say it with the John Laurinaitis voice, but they were like, "Ta."
I was like, well, show them this interview and have the fart story come up, and I'm super hot.
And then I asked one of my brothers if I told him I was going to interview you, and I asked them like. Anything you guys want me to ask her? And they wanted me to ask you, what's your favorite match of your dad's?
Oh, favorite match. Oh my God. That's so hard, honestly. Because I can't pin it down to one, but like literally anytime he was wrestling Dean Malenko, I really enjoy those matches. Oh, but that's so hard. That's so hard because like I mean, like, because some of these guys, like Ray, like was like a family friend, and we loved him too, and they did amazing matches, and I enjoyed, JB, like him and JBL's matches were so like heated and like really, I don't know, that's so hard. I would have to say Dean Malenko because I think I've been studying that the most as of recently, so that's the freshest in my mind.
What's your favorite ring gear of your dad's?
Oh man, you know what? I think Dad. It's crazy because I would hear Dad talk about the things he wanted to do in the future and stuff he like wanted to do for gear, and like I would just hear him like with his ideas, and I'm like, man, Dad had like so much more to give you guys in terms of entertainment. But I guess like I think the most recent gear he had right before he died with the cross on the side and the flames, like the flames just kept getting cooler and more technicolor. So I think like anything where he had like multicolored like sheens going on was really cool.
All right. Oh man. Oh well, Shaul, breaks my heart that the time has come to wrap up this interview. So I just want to say thank you so much for agreeing to do this, man. First of all, big shout out. Cameo should have sponsored this episode because I feel like that's what made this happen.
Oh my God, no, right?
Just by me asking for a shout out video, it turned into an interview.
Oh my God, no, I appreciate all your support. Like, it means the world. I really, really appreciate it. And thanks for having me on. Have had a couple laughs, and it was really, really a great time.
Hey, give a big shout out to your husband because for the rage.
Legit, like I'm surprised you don't hear him more because like he's like really raging right now. But yes, I hope like he slays whatever he needs to slay, whatever he needs to shoot. Yeah, I need him in a good mood when he comes out. Come on.
you're like, hey, he's been what?
Although I was raging earlier today, so he's always so nice. He's like, you okay?
Yeah, well, Shaul, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It was really great meeting you virtually, and I'm so excited for what's next for you. Oh my God, I know you're gonna kill it this year, next year, and the after that, et cetera, et cetera.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for giving me your time. Absolutely.
Thank you for sure. All right, thank you, Shaul. Enjoy the rest of your day, okay?
All right, you too, love. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
You too.
Darling, you